I'm writing this to keep my sanity somewhat intact. My name is Jeremy. I live in Minnesota, and I work in hell. At least, it feels like it. I'm a janitor at what I guess could be called a high school during the day. But at night, dear God, at night, it makes me wonder what twisted soul made this place. I'll start explaining this God-forsaken place by saying I'm a skeptic. I didn't believe in the supernatural until I started working there. Actually, I went out of my way to prove superstitions wrong, just to show that people were jumping at their own shadow. But that all changed when I started working at that school. Night one. I arrived at around 5 p.m. to clean up the filth of the day, so I walked into the quiet halls of the school, eager to begin my first day of work. On my way to the storage closet, I saw the school's handyman locking up the gymnasium door. I greeted him, but instead of greeting me back, he grabbed me by the arm and shook me, and said, "Son, whatever you do not go in that room after nightfall." After that, he left. That odd behavior scared me enough to put off cleaning the west wing of the school until the very last. Everything went well cleaning the east, north, and south wing. Even the basement wasn't so creepy. In fact, it was rather well lit and quiet. But as I was cleaning the classrooms on the west wing of the building, I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching me. I constantly found myself looking over my shoulder for anyone in the building with me. It wasn't until I started cleaning the room next to the gym, the cafeteria, that I started feeling true terror. I heard scratching on the other side of the wall. Not like scratching any animal would make either. This was something else. I cleaned that room as fast as I could, feeling extremely terrified by the scratching. When I left the cafeteria, I heard whispering. I couldn't make out what the voices were saying, but somehow I knew they were talking about me. "Who's there?" I shouted into blank space. But nothing was there. The whispering continued, getting louder, coming my way. I decided to get out of the building as fast as possible. I ran to the door of the west wing, and I locked it. However, the whispering intensified until it felt like it was right behind me. I knew I'd have to turn around sooner or later. Thoughts of monsters entered my mind, grotesque creatures prepared to tear me limb from limb. I braced myself to turn around. Nothing was there. The whispering had been stopped. A huge wave of relief washed over me as I walked down the long corridor. I thought of how stupid I must have looked thinking there was a monster behind me. But that still doesn't explain the scratching and whispers. What was making that noise? My thoughts were interrupted by a loud thud against the gymnasium doors. I instinctively turned around to see what it was. What I saw, I wish I could unsee. It wasn't quite human. It looked like a girl, but her skin was rotting. Her eyes were just glistening white pearls in the moonlight. She had razor-sharp teeth, and her hands weren't human. They were more like blades coming out of her wrist, and she wanted to get to me. I ran as fast as my legs would carry me into the north wing. I ran to my car and drove off. I didn't sleep at all that night. When I closed my eyes, all I saw was that thing beating on the door and scratching the walls with her inhuman fingers. That handyman knew something. I've got to ask him how to avoid that thing. I'll leave early tomorrow for work to chat with him. I'll let you know how it goes.